Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Yinzer Bros podcast. I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and we are the Yinzer Bros. Tim is donning the Franco's Italian Army hard hat from the 70s. It is a symbol of strength, luck, honor, and goodness. Why is Tim wearing that? Because the Steelers they won their last game. They're looking amazing. Tim, the Steelers are 7-4. They're in second place in the mighty AFC North. And they're the fifth seed in the AFC in the playoff picture right now. They're fresh off their victory, 16-10 from the Bengals. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot of points scored, but hey, the offense went over 400 yards. We kicked Matt Canada to the curb. It's like Christmas time here for all the Yinzers all around the world. Tim, how are you feeling tonight?
This team, TJ, there's just watching. Even if they put up all these yards, watching the Steeler game is like putting hot poker eye on your eyes. Something. I mean, it just what it's like to me is like a comparison. Like I had to go somewhere for work, and every time I go there, I eat at the same place. I eat at the Texas Roadhouse.
Their rolls are delicious.
Okay. And every time I tell myself that I go to this Texas Roadhouse, I'm like, you know what, the meal's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So I get there, I get the rolls. I had multiple baskets of rolls by myself. Very embarrassing.
I'm sure you
Very
did.
Embarrassing.
Did you have the honey butter or whatever? What do they have?
Oh, yeah.
The honey butter or whatever?
I wasn't even putting on the knife. I was just dipping my rolls in it and just eating it. So I get the meal and I go, this meal sucks. But I keep going back to it. That's what I feel about the Steelers. The meal sucks, but I just keep going back and I watch it. And that's what it's like all the time. This team isn't good, TJ. They're not good. They're not good.
I beg to differ. When you look at the AFC, they're right in the thick of it. I mean, Tim, don't be a negative Yinzer, Tim. Don't be
TJ,
a negative Yinzer.
I'm not saying they're not in the thick of it, but TJ, this is not a good football team. They're playing. Look at the string of quarterbacks they played against. They're playing against guys like me and you.
That's okay. It's all part of it. I mean, the schedule is part of it. Let's just be real. I mean, quarterback play this year in the NFL has not been stellar.
I get you to a point, but you're going against guys that are just like.
I get it.
When they lost to the guy from. You got Joe Flacco now.
I know he's starting for Cleveland. Isn't that nuts this week?
I mean, TJ.
How old is he? Is he like 112?
I don't know, man. I don't. The quarterbacks they play and they're gonna play the rest of the season are putrid, TJ.
That's great.
Putrid. Besides Lamar.
That's great. Well, hopefully we can get done. So when you saw the Cincy game, I know we didn't put up a lot of points. We should have another touchdown. If Dante catches the ball,
I'm done with that dude. That dude is inching so close to the list. It's unreal.
Well, he catches that ball. Hey, they put up, what is it, 23 points, and Kenny is safely over 400.
But just listen to what you just said. TJ, just slow it down and listen to what you just said. They put up 23 points. Sucks, TJ. It sucks.
Well, I get it, but the league this year, these guys most of the teams are putting up 30, 40 points this year.
For us, scoring 23 points is like scoring 100. I mean, come on, dude.
I totally get it. So let's talk a little bit about the Cincy game. I mean, let's just, the running attack looks great. These guys are running the ball heavy. I mean, they look great. They didn't put up a lot of points, but they had over 400 yards in offense. Kenny, I think it was Kenny's best outing, even though he didn't have any tutties.
I 100% agree with you. Kenny didn't look like his head was physically up his rear end the majority of the game. And like you said, that just tells me like what type of buffoon was Canada really?
Well, you're starting to hear. You're here now. Did you hear like some of the guys were saying now that he didn't allow any of the assistants to help him with the game plan at all? It was just him.
But what does that say about Tomlin? TJ, really? You had that type of dude with his head actually up his rear end coaching your offense for 3 years.
I know.
I mean, to me, it's crazy.
It is nuts to me. I don't understand that. I'm with you with that. But he's gone. I mean, and you see, right away, the game plan's different. Freiermuth, they get him involved right away. He looked like stinking like Travis. He looked like Kelsey running around out there.
Is it just me, or does his head, like this helmet that he wears, It looks like you ever like the football game when the guys had like the big head, you like the special code to put.
Oh yeah,
his helmet looks like he looks like a bobblehead out there.
He does.
It's like
my fear with him is can he just stay healthy?
TJ, he's been concussed 70% of his career.
I agree.
I doubt it.
It is only what is it, second or third year? What is it, third year now?
TJ, he has so many concussions. That dude's already punch drunk, and he's 23.
He could be. I don't know. And then I tell you what, Najee looked great this week.
I got a theory on that. I got a theory on it that the teams are maybe game planning for Warren now, and not like they would for Najee, and it's opening things up for Najee.
Tim, you're ridiculous. I think they're trying to tackle the game. The carries.
But just think about it, because Warren's a different runner, dude. He gets in there, he is, but now
he's
it
shifty,
seems like
he's fast.
But
I'm
just telling you,
he put his head down. He did this week what we thought he could do. You want to hear a crazy stat I heard? I think it was
he has the most explosive runs, which is nuts.
Because he's how much does he weigh? 240, 245?
But he also looks like he's running in quicksand.
I know, but Tim, he's got your specs, Tim. At that rate, I mean, that's his.
Yeah.
With slightly less talent, and then Kenny looked good. I mean, even he got the ball to George. And then what do you do with Deontay? Golly,
TJ, that dude is. If he is your guy, you can't have that from your highest paid offensive player.
No, you can't.
He is their highest paid offensive player.
He is,
and you can't have. He is. I don't know, man. I didn't think when they signed him. I've always said it was like. I didn't think he was worth the money. He's great getting off, but dude, I don't know. He's getting like almost like I don't know what it, cancerous almost.
Yeah.
In a locker room, is it worth it? Is it worth keeping him?
I don't think so. Do you think there's any world that exists that Omar Khan does not deal him in the offseason?
It depends what you're going to get from him, man. I mean, to me,
what kind of draft pick you think you'd get that where you'd move him? You think a third rounder?
Probably a third, maybe fourth. But the thing is, I mean, he's owed 18 million next year against the cap. I got a feeling they're going to extend him, TJ.
Oh, I hope not. There's something about you can't do attitude. That whole thing where he just kind of was like feeling sorry for himself. That was just.
I mean, he better be like Forrest Gump every play the rest of the year, because I mean, everybody's going to be staring, like they're going to be zeroing in on him every play to make sure he does something every single play.
Oh, they have to. I mean, he brought it on himself. I'll tell you one thing I did like in Cincy. I love the defense. Holy cow, Cam makes a big difference getting Cam back.
That quarterback for Cincinnati, he was an absolute buffoon. Yeah.
Oh, he stinks. I know, but they still get some dangerous receivers. I'll tell you what, Joey Porter Jr. Holy crap! I think we found a guy.
Again, dude, the Bears. You guys, I had Bear fans tell me that guy better turn into an all-pro with that second pick. How much crap you're talking. Guess what?
They got what they wanted, baby. He's all-pro.
I'll take a couple penalties here and there for him locking dudes down.
That's what he is. He's turned into a lockdown corner.
But then again, he has gone against some buffoon quarterbacks.
Yeah, I get it. But I mean, hey, so, he's guarding the receiver, not necessarily the quarterback. So if he locks them down, you take one of the biggest.
He's traveling though, field. But he's like traveling with like the best dudes.
Oh yeah.
And you know who else I'm thinking is not getting enough praise is Casey. I think he's been fantastic.
He has.
And that number 17. And that number 17 dude they got, he looks good. I don't know where they got him from. I don't even know his name.
I know. He's so good.
I don't even know his name. And even the linebacker dude that they brought up from the practice squad.
Yeah, they've been playing well. They've been playing well as well.
I don't know. I'm like, who are these dudes? I don't even know who they are. They look actually good.
And then hopefully you get Mika back, and that adds to the mix in the back.
Practice, they get him and Montavious Adams. Is that what his name is?
Big Montavious. Ouch! I rolled my ankle. Adams, that guy.
TJ, if you're pushing 400 pounds and you roll your ankle, that's a devastating injury. If I did that at my specs, I'd be out 6 to 8 months.
You would. No, so they look good. They didn't. I was hoping they put up more points, but I think if they continue to move the ball the way that they did, one of the things I love too is their time of possession was amazing. Yeah, they held the ball.
we can talk all we want. We know exactly what's going to happen Sunday. Me and you are going to be sitting there going, dude, why is this a 13-7 game in the fourth quarter?
Wouldn't it be great? I mean, think about this. You know, it reminds me a little bit. It reminds me a little bit like 2006. If they're going to get hot, you know, that Steelers team was kind of bouncing around 500, and then they got hot to the end, and they took it all the way.
2005 team
Or 2005, excuse me.
Oh, come on, TJ, don't even
Dude, they got hot
TJ,
and they ran into it, man. They did. They came in as a wild card. They won the Super Bowl.
TJ, look at the dudes they had on that team. They had a bunch of Hall of Fame dudes on that team. Stop yourself.
Well, they did.
Stop
but,
yourself.
I mean, when you look at it this way too, even like I'll tell you what. When's the last time?
That's an outrageous statement. Just an outrageous statement.
When you even look at like where Ben was at too, Ben's development. He was his second year. He wasn't a juggernaut guy. Now again, he has a different skill set than Kenny. But I mean, when's the last time? Look at the depth of our draft. I mean, when you look at the draft this year, all those top 5 guys, 4 of those 5 guys, TJ, they could be all pro.
TJ, just go back, close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Just close them. Close the eyes, and just picture that 2005 defense. Think of some of the names you're talking about, and compare it to. And close your eyes, and say, "What's going on with 2020?" Just close your eyes and do it. You're gonna be like, "Oh my!" You're gonna forget about dudes on that 2005 defense like they were ridiculous. Just close your eyes and think about it. Just close them and think about it.
But we have a pretty stout defense too. I mean, we got TJ, a ball hawk defense.
TJ, it wasn't even on that stratosphere. Do me enough. Close your eyes. Think about the offensive. Think about the offensive line in 2000. Offensive line 2000.
I understand that. I mean, dude, we could have 2,000-yard rushers. Okay. I mean, it's within their grasp. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Just think about think of the receiving core. Hines, Ward, Randall. Come on, dude. Let's not be stupid.
Well, Hines was on the back end, and of course you had Santonio Holmes.
He was the Super Bowl MVP in 2005. Let's not be stupid.
Well, I get that. I understand that. I understand they're coming. I'm just telling you, it feels like they got hot at the right time.
You know what it feels like? It feels like they're going to get into the playoffs and they're going to get their doors blown off. And
what happens? So here's a hypothetical situation. Yeah. What happens if they find an offense these next 5 weeks, 6 weeks?
TJ, we've been saying, will they find an offense for the past 3 years? Let me see it.
Well, let's just
you
be
can't real. Tell me. I mean, you can't tell me Matt Canada that was. I mean, he was a buffoon, but that big of a buffoon. Like all of a sudden, we as soon as he's gone, we're putting up 30 points a game and putting up 400 yards. We're the greatest show on turf in Pittsburgh.
But this is funny though. I mean, we're really a quarterback away. What if the shift, whatever it was, gets Kenny Picket right?
I think.
Look at the talent around. They got the talent.
TJ, I think we're more than a quarterback away. We're like a quarterback away. We're probably a center away. We're probably
the line's a little suspect, but right now they're one of the top rushing teams in the league. And I mean, I put George Pickens with anybody. And Deontay drives me nuts, but he's probably one of the best route runners there. You see Freiermuth emerging. I'd love to see Austin do a little bit more, but I think the offense has got enough weapons. You know, they could do stuff with it. I mean, why couldn't they? If Kenny could be accurate and he could put up Ben second-year numbers, why couldn't we?
If I see this in the last 2 games of the year, when they got to go to Seattle, when they got to go to Baltimore, if I see them come talk to me then. As of now, they're right on pace for me to win a very, very, very large bet, and that's all I'm worried about. The magic number's 9. The magic number's 9.
Although they'll win 9, there's no doubt.
The magic number's 9. You can go back to Pod 1 this year. I said you would be an idiot. Not the 8.5 was the winning total. Don't be giving out free money this year. And I said, hey, I got a little nervous a couple of weeks ago because I said, hey, this is not looking good for these guys.
They'll do it, yeah. No, they're definitely going to hit that number. Okay, so they had a good game against Cincy. We're going to talk a little bit about their next juggernaut opponent, the Phoenix Cardinals. But before we do that.
This team stinks.
Oh, they are bad, but you know what? But I hold my breath against everything. Before we do it, let's take a look at the Yinzer mailbag. What is the Yinzer mailbag? Is when you, the fan, you get to ask the Yinzer Bros anything you want. We're here. You could ask us about football. You could ask us about life. Anything. If you want to email us, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com and we'll answer your question. Maybe you'll get on this international podcast. Tim, what is in the Yinzer mailbag tonight?
Oh, I got some from the mush. He goes, hey, of course. Where the heck have you guys been? 2 back-to-back bye weeks. We should be fined.
Well, it's a holiday. We were having some holiday cheer. We also get holiday cheer too, Tim.
I do, but it was very suspect that we were in the same building after a huge loss to Cleveland, and we were just dirt quiet.
Well, you got to lay low. You got to lay low because it was a bad victory. It stung. It stung, Tim. It stung.
That one hurt. But
let me ask you a question: was the loss worth the ejection of Matt Canada?
I'll answer that question this week. If I see what I saw last week, 1,000. No, yeah, yes, it was. Yes, no.
I'll deal with the pain. I'll deal with the pain.
I don't even.
I'll deal with the pain, Tim. Tim is frozen. Those at the Yinzer Bros are waiting for Tim to come back on because between me, you, and the fence post, Tim's internet stinks.
Am I back?
You're back, Tim.
Am I back?
Tim's internet stinks.
My internet is streaming. Well, what I was saying is last week was Cleveland's Super Bowl.
It was.
I mean, those fans up there, I told them, I laughed. I want to laugh in their face. It was their Super Bowl. They thought they beating the Steelers. The Browns are the Browns.
They are.
They suck.
It was so
now
great
you got
to hear.
Joe Flacco. Now you got Joe Flacco leading the crew, and I've been hearing his velocity's at a 5. It's a 5. Have fun with that. Have fun with that.
He's basically a pillar. He's a Greek statue. He's not going to do anything.
Oh, the only thing, Joe, you better hope the PI flags are flying. Yeah, I'm so happy for those scumbags up in Cleveland. So happy. Go ahead.
It is.
So happy. All right.
So what else you got in the mailbag?
The mush. Where are we at? I didn't even read his thing. It was long. He had 2 things. He's going. He gets in on Deontay. He goes, what's going on with that? He's like, is this a Coach T problem? Because it seems like the only last non-diva receiver they've had is going back to Hines Ward.
Probably. He's probably right.
Which is a scary, scary, scary thought because it's actually true.
Well, what, do you know? Tell me, like, great wide receivers, great ones. Yeah, you get a few here and there, but aren't the majority of them don't they have to have a little diva in them?
No, TJ, they don't. No, they don't. I don't think.
Name a great receiver that's here now that's not diva.
Here now, or just here in general?
Who's probably the best receiver in the league right now?
The best receiver in the league right now, to me, man, that's a toss-up. I mean,
Jefferson's pretty cool. He's not a diva, but I'm thinking a
Jefferson,
guy like Tyreek Hill. Would you put him in the diva category?
I don't think he's weird. He's not like super diva, dude. He's not gonna. He
left Cincy.
He's not gonna. Yeah, but
he's talking now.
He's not gonna complain if he's not catching. If he's only catching 3 balls, dude.
He's a diva. I mean, Tyreek Hill's a diva.
He's not. To me, he messes around. But he's like, again, he's not gonna complain if he catches 3 balls.
We got the kid here in Philly. He started whining when he wasn't getting the ball. He's a diva. The kid in Buffalo.
A little bit of a diva.
He's a diva. We got these issues. Can't get on the same page.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the great ones are divas.
I think Devontae Adams is a great one. I don't think he's a diva.
No, he's okay.
I think Jamar Chase. I don't think Jamar Chase is a diva.
Oh, his diva-ness is coming. It's coming. Trust me.
Again, when you got dudes like me and you throwing the ball, hey,
exactly.
But there's a different type of diva. Like Deontay, Pickens I can get because he's young.
I think he's emotional. He's a baby. He's emotional.
Being a diva. Let me put it this way. There's a difference between being a diva and doing what he did on a football field, TJ. You played football. Didn't play if we would have done that, we'd still be running laps. We'd still be running laps. Basically. To me, that's past a diva point. That is just what I'm kind of stunned about is a guy like that happened early in the game. So even at halftime, somebody should know about that. I was kind of stunned that one of those captains doesn't grab him by the neck and be like, dude, just shake him. Like Cam, just shake him down as a tree. And who's to say that they didn't do it because it was, didn't he and Mika get into it in the practice that week? He wasn't right even the beginning of that week. Yeah. Didn't they have to pull them apart or something? That tells you what type of personality he has because whose side are you going to take on that? Minka, or are you going to take his? Well, now he's got a track record too. Remember, he had the thing with our all-star backup last year.
who was our starting guy that gave rise to the Kenny Picket stuff. Didn't he get into it with your with Trubisky and something like that? And then I'm telling you,
I
man.
would too. Trubisky has a very punchable face, dude.
Well, he does.
Very
Well,
punchable
all of our
face.
backups do, but I'm telling you right now, he is. If you can get a third rounder out of him, send him out, and we'll grab a. I think our first round pick will be a wide receiver somewhere in the draft.
Yeah, that's something they can save because they can draft receivers as it is, man.
Yeah.
Next, Musha telling me we haven't got an update on the list lately. Do I have any people on the list currently
Well, obviously Deontay's
residing
on
with the Pittsburgh
list,
Steelers?
right?
He's like, if somebody signed the list, he has his first name already spelled out and about a third of his last name spelled out. He could finish that today, so he's creeping up on the list.
Well,
For me,
is
they got
Levi Wallace on the list?
That dude is yes, that guy. I can't stand watching him, dude. I don't even. He doesn't have a name anymore. He's just 29. That's all he is 29 to me.
Yeah, he's bad.
When you start getting on the list, because I just call you by number. Because I can't say your name. I don't want to say it. 29. Every time I see that dude, he gives me the heebie-jeebies in the game. Anytime there's a big play, you turn around, who's chasing him? 29.
That's right.
Anytime he's getting ran over, who are you looking at? It's 29. Anytime I'm catching a ball,
right.
hey, 29.
Well, Tim, don't you think it's interesting? I think maybe.
I'm beginning to think like everybody in the secondary has number 29 on. I just
Don't you think it's interesting? It's almost like Omar Khan found your list, and everybody that was on your list, he got rid of all of them. Tim, you may be the architect for this new Steeler team. It really may be you.
And we sit here 7-4, game out of first place. Hey, we're game outside the. Can you imagine if this team actually sneaks out and just not only wins the? Can you just think about this? Close your eyes. Close your eyes. In January, close your eyes. We're going in. We're playing Baltimore. Last game of the year for the division crown. Not only the division crown,
and the number one
seed.
The
number one seed in the AFC. Can you imagine if the road had to go through that team in the AFC?
Good old Heinz
and we're still, and up to that game, we're still winning games like 13-9, and we go in and we go to the playoffs. The number one seed score with our scoring average is 16.5 points a game. Can you imagine? Unbelievable.
But you know what we'd have to do though if that happened?
We would get boat raced by somebody coming up next.
You never know, but because we've been playing the low seed. But wouldn't that be funny if we get in there and we actually make some noise? At that point, you'd have to actually say Tomlin maybe was onto something.
If they get TJ, if they get the one seed, if they get the one seed, they should erect a statue of Tomlin outside. Now, not when he's gone. Now, like before, put it outside gate B next to the Rooney statue. Him and Tomlin. Have Rooney with his hand around him and Tomlin before the game, and everybody should be forced to come in and touch his feet, and like you do kiss his feet and walk in the stadium.
Oh my gosh!
If this ragtag group gets one seed,
somehow they do, and they're young too, which is scary. I mean, they got some oldsters like Cam, but you know what's weird too, man? I mean, when you look at it, man, someday when Tomlin's done, and I hope he goes into broadcasting. Can you imagine what he's going to be like to just watch on like NFL Today? His
great.
Oh, he'll be amazing. His Tomlinisms will fly all over the place, man.
By that time, Cowher will be so old, he'll be delirious, and he'll be just throwing Tomlins at the Cowher. Cowher will be like,
boy, he got old, man. I saw him in the news.
Cowher looks quite old, man. Where are we at here? I don't know. Mush got so much stuff in here. I don't even know where to start. The preseason Yinzer consensus was the over at 10.5. I don't remember that being. Did you say they were going to go over 10.5 games? I thought you said they were going to win 11 games.
Yeah, I think I did.
I don't know if I had them at 11, but do you still feel good at over 10.5 of them at 7-4, winning 11 games? There's no way. There's going to be a Tom. This game sets up perfectly for the storm for the Tomlin game.
So even if they go 3-1,
yeah, dude.
Through this 4 stretch, and they have a, because then who's after that? Then they got Baltimore and they got Cincy one more time.
They go here. They got Cardinals. They got dude. They got the Cardinals. They got Patriots. They got
Yeah,
Indy.
who stinks. Indy's not that good.
They got Cincy. And they got
Cincy.
Seattle and Baltimore.
I mean, Seattle's getting their heads kicked in from whatever. I think if they can go 3-1, they'll either beat Baltimore or Seattle. So that puts them at 11. Yeah, I think at the end of the stretch they can go 4-2 easy.
There's going to be a Tomlin game somewhere in this.
Well, you leave 2 in there.
These next 2 games between New England or Arizona, they're going to lose one of these 2 games.
I think the one that scares me, it sounds weird, is maybe Seattle. I can tell you this: they'll be up for. I mean, they'll be up for Baltimore, and we know this about Lamar. How does he do in pressure situations?
But the reason why I say that if they lose to Seattle, that Baltimore game may not mean anything for either one of the teams.
Oh, then you rest.
In my god-awful opinion.
I mean, but here, I mean, it'll all depend.
11's a lot.
What is Baltimore going to do down the stretch? And
I can see them.
This is new territory for Lamar.
If they got 6 games left, I could 100% see them going splitting 3-3. That I could see get them to 10 wins. But I don't know if
we're gonna learn a lot this week, Tim. We're gonna learn a lot.
I know we're saying this now, like, oh, the juggernaut somehow.
There's something different now.
We're gonna be staring at each other, going, I can't believe this little midget Murray can go on a drive to end this game right now.
There's something different about him. I don't know.
Wow, man. All right, we got one more thing here. Something a little offbeat here. Pitt Panthers finished 3-9. I knew this was gonna come.
Oh,
can we explain how they went 3-9 and is Pitt football dead?
They're not dead, but I'll tell you what, man.
TJ, they're dead. They're dead. Dead.
The whole revolving door with the quarterbacks. Did you see how many quarterbacks have entered the transfer portal this year already?
Yeah, dude.
It's insane. They're even saying this too. Did you hear about Marvin Harrison?
I heard you got to get a good one. You got to fork up about $1.5 million. Can you imagine being 18, 19 years old, getting paid $1.5 million in college?
You know what they did? They ruined the game. They're saying now Marvin Harrison Jr. may stay in again at Ohio State for another year, and they're saying if he stays in, you know what he'll bring in from Ohio State next year?
Probably
$4 million. I mean, he's not even in the NFL yet.
Would you want to go to the Bears or stay there?
No. I'll tell you what, he's going to be a freak of nature when he comes out. Hey, let me throw this out to you because we're talking about the Bears. So what happens? Let's just say Kenny, does decent, or let's say he falters down the stretch here. Would you be in the Justin Fields sweepstakes?
I'm done. I am done taking any Bear players. No, not one Bear player that we've ever taken has done anything for us.
Yeah,
of benefit. No, it's 100% factoid. There's not one Bear player that would be like, yeah, that Bear player would look good on us. They don't look good on us. We give our trash to the Bears. We should be taking Bear trash.
That's true. I can't deny it, but he is a unique prospect. I wouldn't
trust me. Nothing would please my heart more to see Justin Fields go to some other team after he leaves the Bears and be fantastic. It would be the greatest thing ever. I'd go buy Justin Fields' jersey and just wear it around the city all the time, wherever he went, and just rub it in everybody's face. Be like, remember this? Remember you guys ruined him. And then, they're probably going to ruin, once they get rid of him, whatever quarterback, these 2 that they got to draft out of here. Trust me, if it's me, that dude from USC, he's good. The more I think of him, he's very good. I remember we talked about this. He's very good, but he's starting to not tick with me right. The spidey senses are starting to go off with me with that dude.
Yeah, there's something wrong with him, man.
Like he's a weird cat, dude.
He is a weird cat. He is. And not like a good weird like George Pickens. He's just a weird. All right. Anything else in the Yinzer mailbag?
Oh, look, Mark made a little pledge. Hey, Pitt football may be dead, but we got our Pitt women's, our girls starting in the volleyball
number one
tournament.
Seed. They're the number one seed, Tim.
Let's go. That's go.
Right. Now, you didn't keep that stuff. So, again, if you got any questions or any things for us, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. And if you're lucky enough, you will get on this international podcast. An international podcast it is. Let's look at the Cards now. The Cards are 2-10. They're not a great team. They're getting Kyler Murray back, which he's starting to get back in the swing. They do have some two decent safeties in the back. Tomlin talked about those two guys, but their defense for the most part stinks. I don't think they're going to be formidable against the run. I am curious to see what Murray does. He's a quick little midget guy, but I'll tell you what, man, the Steelers defense is looking tough.
I get it, but every time Patrick Peterson opens his mouth up about anything, which he did already,
I know.
bad crap happens.
I didn't realize he was that mouthy.
Just shut up, dude. You've been quiet for the past 4 weeks and be like, hey, we're giving up 16 points a game. I know what's going to happen. Just because he says about Kyler Murray, dude's going to be just picking him apart from the pocket. I'm going to be going, here we go.
Let's pray to God he hasn't studied his playbook this week, which is a high possibility. So when you look at the Steelers, let's start with the offense and stuff like that. What do you need to see out of the offense against these guys, coming up, and then here on out, in order for us to put your mind at ease, your Yinzer mind at ease?
This is what I always think of, the game plan when they do this. You got a team that I think they're 30th or 31st in rush defense in the league. When the Steelers hear that, you would think, hey, we're just going to run the ball down this team's throat. No, they're going to come out and 5 wide, and Kenny's going to be chucking it 97 times. We're going to look at the first half stats. He's going to be 8 for 22 for 72 yards, and you're going, dude, what the hell are we doing? What are we doing?
Every time Canada, he's gone now. We've got 2 now.
Every time I think they should they should actually bring in an extra tackle and just run it. Just keep running it. Just keep if I was them this game, I would put a fullback in there, but I would use Montravius Adams because he can't go left. Just follow him and just keep running. Just run. Just run for 1,000,000 yards.
Obviously, we're going to run the ball. There's no doubt in my mind.
If I was in their game plan, Kenny should throw the ball at most 13 times this game. At most.
Well, don't you? I think they should establish a run, but I think they should also. We want to see if Kenny can throw some tutties through here, man.
TJ, I want to see that. I want to see that turf absolutely terrible because all they're doing is running up and down that turf.
There you go. You can have it. I mean, we got the rushing attack. I don't know. It'd be nice to see us run for 150 yards, 160 yards combined. I think that'd be great. What do you think, Tim? Dear Lord, Tim is frozen again. Tim's internet stinks. I gotta talk and fill the airspace while
Am
Tim.
I back?
You're back, Tim. You're back.
I don't know what's going on.
You can upgrade
I want
your
to see
plan,
it.
Tim.
I did it as high as I can go. This is what Comcast tells me. I got the best we can get.
Don't you have FiOS out there or anything like that? We should be.
No, dude. We don't. TJ, I trust me. I check every week.
Chicagoland. I mean, I don't understand that. I'm here in Delaware, and I got a gig up and a gig down. You got to upgrade,
TJ,
buddy.
You live 3 minutes away from Joe Biden. Of course, you have a gig up and a gig down.
Well, this is what I want to see out of the offense. I want to see them again. I love the time of possession stuff, but I want to see them continue to. I love they established the run. I liked a lot of the play action stuff that they did. I like how they attacked the middle of the field. I liked Kenny Pickett's passing chart was more balanced. And I'll tell you what, man, when you got all these guys sucked up for the run, you got some pops. You should be able to take a pop to George. I think they got to get Deontay involved in the game.
You know what I would do? You know what I would do? Line him up at fullback. Make him block the whole time.
That'd be great. Yeah, he ain't blocking nobody. He ain't touching nobody. So who's your offensive player to watch this week?
Broderick Jones, because they better be running right behind 77 all game.
Boy, he's a stud.
No, realistically. You know what? I'm gonna no. Do I want to do that? I'm gonna say Deontay Johnson just because he was an absolute idiot last game.
He was an
I
idiot.
think that they're gonna give him some balls and he's gonna do some. He's not gonna run backwards. If I see him run backwards one more time, TJ, I'm gonna throw a shoe at the TV. So I'm gonna say Deontay Johnson this game. He's in a nice game.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say, and I don't know which one to pick. I know that Najee had a good game. Last week. Again, I like their combination. They got a quick bowling ball that goes through there, and then you get the big bruiser that comes in. I'm going to say that one of the two is going to run for 100 yards. The other one will run for. They may even get a couple 100 yards combined. I'm going to say 182 yards rushing.
I was going to pick Warren, but I don't want to pick him because I had to start him in fantasy this week. So I know as soon as I pick him, he's going to have 22 yards rushing and -7 yards. So that's who I really want to pick. But I think it's to be it should be one of the running backs. They should run for
Yeah.
250 yards this game.
Well, I hope if Najee runs angry like he did last week, I think that'll be good. I mean, that was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to the other side of the ball.
Do you think
defense.
Najee like now is like thinking like, when you watch The Water Boy and like how they get angry because that's
Stop talking about my mama.
Like he's seeing the defenders as like Matt Canada like Najee.
I think, you know what, I think it finally got to him. I think he's like, there's enough heat on him from Warren. And I think he's like, I got to change this thing, man. If he runs angry and he runs like, they're a good combination. Yeah. If his price is right, bring him back. So let's talk about defense. I mean, obviously, you get Mika back, it's a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Cam is huge. Boy, he's a big addition. When he's in there, man, they shut down rushing, offenses pretty well. Again, I think if you can keep Murray contained and their defense seems to be good with these running quarterbacks. They don't usually run around and do anything that much. I think it's why they're so good with Lamar. They squeeze you. So what are you looking for the defenses this week? What are you looking to get out of them?
You got to contain Kyler Murray. You got to try to keep James Conner under wraps a little bit. But he's got a nose for
the goal line, but man, he doesn't scare me a ton.
No, to me, you got to try to keep Kyler in the pocket, make him beat you in the pocket, which again gets me nervous because Jay, Pat Pete, it's the first thing he says, so that tells me, he's probably gonna light us up for 400 yards passing in the pocket. So just make him pass and make him throw from the pocket and stop Connor. And I think the big thing is you got to crush the run. Crush the run is first, make them one-dimensional. You'll be fine.
Isn't it nice knowing that you have basically, and he's young, but you basically have a shutdown corner that's taking their best player out of the game?
That's not saying anything, TJ. Let's just wait because I don't want to jinx anything. I watch him trust me, there are so many things I want to send out to my Bears fans saying thank you for giving us a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like I'm already ready. I just don't want to do it because I know as soon as I do it, it's going to be like, oh my God, he just gave up 400 yards passing. He's getting toasted. So I don't want to say anything.
Freak. No, he's a freak. He's
like a ginormous. He looks like a ginormous avatar playing cornerback, and he does. You imagine those mittens coming at you, though. His arms are so long, just being like, ha.
He creates a lot of problems. I want to see that kid that got hurt too. What's his name? Tice? Because he's built the same way.
Can you imagine two avatars out there like this? So, I would if I were to see, I'd just be locked up. I'd be like, all I see is the arms.
I think if they lock those guys out down there again, I think that. Our outside backers could be feasting again.
Who's your player? Who's your defensive player of the game?
I'm going to say Porter Jr. I think again the challenge with him is this: you don't get the flash like you get out of T.J. Watt and these guys, but if he can hold whoever he's covering to, even if he knocks, if he can't even be targeted because you can't get the ball to him. He's done his job. You cut half the field down. When you take that best player out, what do? I think he's going to be the guy. I think he gets better every game.
I do too. I would love to say the typical TJ Watt because I think he's on a mission now. Now that everybody's kind of Garrett was pulling ahead of him, and now he's back over top. That's the easy one to say because I think he's going to have a big game. But I'm going to say Kazee because I think he's had a couple opportunities for picks past couple games, and he's just
got to catch that stupid ball. He catches that ball.
I think he's going to have. I think he may have one, maybe two picks this game. You got awesome. Minka coming back because Minka's going to kind of be doing Minka things. You're going to free him up to be more of a ball hawk. I think he may have some stuff, but I don't know. To me, I think they're going to be showing a lot of that three safety set. I don't know how you can take that set. Again, I don't even know his name. 17. I don't know how you can take him off the field.
You can't. He's
been good.
He has.
You put him, but I mean, he's been good. I don't know how 29 is seeing the field when you could just maybe move Pat Pete over to the slow, crappy receiver.
I don't know either. I don't know.
But I don't know, man.
So what's your score prediction for the game?
I mean, it's going to TJ. I would love to say they're going to score 30 points. They're not. They're not. They're not.
So what's
I could
your
see
prediction?
them. I'm going to say I think they're going to have a. To me, this is a crazy point break outbreak or whatnot. I think. Oh man! Every time I say this, because I'm going to say they're going to win this game because I have a feeling next week, Thursday night against New England, how bad they are. That my spidey senses are starting to kick up for that Thursday night game in New England against New England. So I'm going to say they're going to go. I'm going to say 24-10.
Oh, that's
We're
good.
actually gonna
Okay.
we're actually gonna have a sit back, relax. Going to be kind of awkward, saying, okay, fourth quarter, we'll feel comfortable. I think it's gonna be the first one this season.
I'm gonna be right near you. I'm gonna say 27-10. I think they'll get a couple field goals. They'll have 3 tutties, and I think this game they'll have 2 rushing touchdowns, and Kenny will get 1 through the air. And I think you'll see Najee score. I think you'll see Najee and Warren both score, and then
Good.
maybe a tutty to George, on some broken coverage or something like that. Tell you what, I like what they've been doing too. They continue to work in their big Alabama number 80.
Georgia, you mean the Georgia guy?
Oh yeah, Georgia.
Wash-
Excuse me. Yeah, Washington. I like what he's bringing to the table.
I just don't. To me, it's just so dumbfounding to me that they don't use him during around the red zone. It just I don't. It doesn't. It for me, it doesn't make any sense. Just throw it up by a little bit above the crossbar, just a little bit above it.
He should be able to grab.
There's no other dude, no other people are gonna be able to catch that. It's nobody. It's either going to be incomplete or it's going to bounce off the crossbar or
That's
over,
true.
or he's going to catch it. Just to me, I would do that. At least 2 out of your 4 downs down in the red zone.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Hopefully that'll continue to evolve. I don't know. We'll see. All right. I think that wraps it up for the Yinzer Bros today. Tim, you got anything else you want to add to this mighty podcast before we sign off?
No, I mean, we say what our scores are, but I guarantee you, TJ, I'm going to be texting you in the fourth quarter, and we're either going to be down a field goal or we're going to be up by 4, and they're gonna have to drive down the rest of the field. And for some reason, there's going to be 30 seconds left when they get the ball, and they're going to get 2 big passes, and next thing you know, we're going to be like, oh, they got 1 shot from the 25-yard line. We're going to be like, what the hell is going on?
And then maybe fourth quarter Kenny shows up. I don't know.
But I'm just saying, it's going to come down to Kyler Murray having a 1 shot at the 30-yard line to go, and we're going to be going dude, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
I would love to have it would be great if they start to, really get some momentum here and they start to put teams away. The defense has been playing lights out.
If they put up a steamroll game where they put up 30, 40 points and hold them to 7, I don't even know. You may not even be able to contain me the next pod because I'm going to think that not only do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl, I think they may win the Super Bowl next year. Just continue. Just.
Yeah, we're Yinzers. All right. Well, I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim. Again, you were hanging out with the Yinzer Bros. Don't forget, if you like what you hear, pass it along to your friends, your family, your neighbors, everybody you meet. Again, we're the Yinzer Bros. Stay classy, Pittsburgh.
Still number 1 out here, right?
See ya.